Right, welcome here. Punch Out Boxing. Delighted to be here with Simon Ibekwe. The week after the weekend of the biggest heavyweight fight in this country's history. Unfortunately, it weren't the fight you were involved in, but you were the
Yeah, I
biggest
was
fight
thinking that.
outside of Wembley.
Yeah,
Not
still
the
managed to catch it though. Still caught it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, not the ideal clash of dates you would want, but at this
no,
point in your career, I guess it don't matter too much.
yeah,
So Simon, just to recap, like most prospects, you'd had your what was it, four learning fights, I guess, just to test the water out in the pro ranks against Germany.
yeah,
And last weekend, you could come up against Will Howe, another
yeah,
unbeaten young prospect. I think you were both 4-0 going into that.
yeah. It was.
Um, yeah, I spoke to Will before the fight, asked his opinions how it came about. What about from your point of view? Was it the step up you wanted? Did you think you'd had enough of the journeyman type fights and just wanted to push on?
Yeah. To be fair, because that was my first fight this year. I was meant to fight earlier, but there's been a change of my own personal life and everything, so I've had to change a few things around. And I was meant to fight, I think 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, but that fell through. And to be fair, from probably January, I was ready. I was up and willing to fight pretty much anyone around the same kind of records anyway. But as I said, had to change a few things around. Then obviously I have a new management and stuff on board, and this was presented. As I said, prior to it, I was meant to fight other people. I was meant to fight journeymen,
Hmm.
but that fell through. And this was presented, I think, like a week or just over a week, and I took it. I was obviously more than willing to even take it prior. So yeah, we took it a bit short notice, but as I said, I believe in myself, and well, I know myself. I believe in myself, and I know what I'm capable of doing. It's just about showing people, and yeah. So and on Saturday it was pretty much just a glimpse of what I'm capable of
Hmm.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, going into the fight, as you said, very short notice. Did you know much about
yeah,
Will? He didn't really know anything about you, but I guess like in the amateurs, you're used to that sort of thing.
yeah. Yeah. I just know that he was quite a decorated amateur. He was a decorated amateur, and he's tough. That's pretty much what I went off. So obviously I had a good like probably a solid week of training towards that, just knowing that he's a decorated amateur and he's tough. But as I said, I know myself. I know what I'm capable of doing, and I back myself in with I'm not too far-fetched. I'm not deluded because I feel like sometimes in boxing some people can be a bit deluded. I'm not gonna say I'm ready for USYK or whatever now, but I know how far I can get in this game, and I know people like this. It's not really it's not my level if I'm honest. So yeah, I back myself 100%.
Hmm. And when you was in there, did you pretty soon sort of work him out? Did you feel there was quite a difference between, say, himself and say Journeyman? Because obviously, as he said, he's very decorated amateur, and
Yeah.
prospects fight in a different way. They're coming to win.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, no, he's a live opponent, and obviously he's coming to win, and he's undefeated. And as I said, on the post fight interview, when you're undefeated, you're naturally, I think I said 20%, but I feel like it's naturally 50% more because you don't want to go home losing, and it's
Hmm.
your O at the end of the day. And a lot of people say it doesn't matter about the O and stuff, but I think people really obviously care about it. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wakes up in the morning, do all the runs and stuff, and thinking, yeah, I'm prepared to lose. Like. Yeah, and I know obviously he's a live opponent, but as I said, I back myself. I know what I'm capable of doing, and yeah, he's tough. He's tough. That's one thing I would say that out of all the things that I've heard about him, that he is a tough, really tough. But I trust my boxing ability, and I'm quite like a box fighter generally. So
Hmm.
I'm more than capable to fight on the inside. I'm more than capable to box, and I know I can punch as well. So yeah.
All right, Fab. And as you said, you hadn't fought since was it October last
Over.
year.
Yeah.
That's essentially half the year of.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
have you been doing? Have you been like still staying in the gym? You been able to get any good sparring in that time?
Yeah. Naturally, I always stay in the gym. I always do some sort of physical activity anyway. But yeah, no, I've been sparring. I've been sparring. Obviously, like local heavyweights like Solomon. I was involved in the AJ camp. I think that was just before that fight. And yeah, I've just been sparring here and there. But as I said, when I changed a few things around, changed management and coaching and stuff, obviously naturally there was been just a dip of training and dip of sparring. Then I had to pick things up back again. And yeah, so obviously new management and stuff. Then this opponent arise, and we just took it. We took it, and I'm not the type to shy away from opponents and shy away from any, because as I said, or as I know already, we're going to fight each other anyway. All these fights are going to happen anyway, so why not now? So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. That was what Will said as well. Maybe
yeah,
with the heavyweight divisions, absolutely on fire. Certainly
yeah,
for
of
this
course,
country, golden era. It's probably no
yeah,
point trying to pad a record in this day and age.
yeah,
You'll get the fights even after L's. So
yeah,
not that you're obviously not planning on taking any.
yeah, of course,
So yeah, I mean, like you said, you've now got that win over another unbeaten kid who's really talented.
yeah.
So I guess I mean, where do you want to go from your career here? Are you done with, say, journeyman? Do you want to sort of have a few more against this level? Do you think you're maybe ready to sort of try and target your first title, like the Midlands area, something like that?
Yeah, the thing is, what people don't understand or what people don't know yet is that I'm quite a late starter to boxing
Hmm.
myself. I started boxing in 2017 and I just went straight to the amateurs. I'm not like a decorated amateur or anything. Like when
Hmm.
I was hearing this Will has been involved in I think he's won youth things as an amateur and he's a boxer at that age and stuff. And I thought when I was his age, I wasn't even, I didn't even know what boxing was. Boxing wasn't even in the it wasn't even in the picture. So obviously I know that I beat him, but I'm still learning the craft myself. Like
Hmm.
um, even Scott Welch, my new manager now, he was in the corner as well, and there was loads of things that we've been working on because obviously it's a new team and everything. We've been working on, but I didn't really quite implement all these things on the night. So some of these things it worked like I think probably like 20%, 20%, 30% of the stuff that I've been working on I actually showed. So I do want to showcase, I do want an opportunity to showcase these things. And as we all know, when you have an unbeaten person in front of you, it's going to be not as easy to showcase those things. So I'm still willing, I know that it's a marathon, it's not a race. So we still need to work on these things. We still need the opportunity, we still need the rounds, and we still need to practice our craft. But ideally, I would like a title by the end of this year.
Hmm.
Ideally, but boxing is it's a very funny sport. You can't plan too much into the future because I've seen it, or I've been involved in it where it's not really promised until you're in the ring with the person. And I've had fights that kind of should have happened. The opponent came, um, said that the gloves didn't fit, then the fights was off. So ever since then, I've just been thinking I can't plan too much, and I'm not going to plan or think too much about oh, I want this to happen until I'm in the ring with the person. So yeah, we take one thing one step at a time. But ideally, I would like God's grace a title by the end of this year.
All right. Yeah. No, I understand fully. Having
Yeah,
reported on this sport now, I know that the hardest thing for you guys often is the politics and the business side of it, which
yeah,
is
yeah,
your
yeah. That's
control.
what I'm learning myself. I'm learning that.
So, like you said, I mean, whether you can get titles or not will depend on those factors. But in the meantime, like if you can get, say, sort of the harder journeyman, the sort that actually, if you're not minding your P's and Q's and ones that can beat prospects, there's guys like
Yeah,
Vishenko and
yeah, yeah,
those sort of
yeah,
guys.
yeah. I would love to. I would love to fight those kind of guys,
Hmm.
definitely, because they're tests, and some people think they're just a journeyman or they have a losing record and stuff. But as we've seen it so many times, so-called upsets and stuff, and it happens, man. And even the fight I had on the weekend, to me, that could have just been an upset. I could have just taken another journeyman, then carry
Hmm.
on from there. But we took on Will Howe, and it
Yeah.
could have been an upset. It could have been a potential upset. We're both heavy guys. He was 19 stone. It just takes one shot, especially in this division. One shot, then it changes the whole course of the fight. But yeah, no, ideally, definitely, I would like to fight one of these guys. I definitely like to fight one of them.
Yeah, we've seen recently quite a few prospects have got upset. You know, recently
Yeah,
Adrian King, he lost his
yeah,
unbeaten record. Louis
yeah,
Piketty, a kid who's down my way.
yeah,
So it can
yeah,
happen if you, like I said, don't mind your P's and Q's with some of these
yeah,
top
yeah.
one
No,
heavyweights.
yeah. It's a quite a big pill to swallow, especially losing to someone that on paper you should be beating. But I don't plan on that happening.
Hmm.
Don't plan that happening at all. But yeah, I'd love to fight these guys. I'd love to fight these guys and these so-called obviously the so-called prospects as well, the prospects and the other people that has similar records. So I'd love to fight them as well.
And you mentioned there Scott Welch. I saw on your social media him
Yeah,
working with you. So have you relocated down to Brighton?
to Brighton. No, I haven't relocated. I haven't relocated. I actually have quite a funny setup. I train with Todd. Todd, he trains out at Baker Street. He has loads of talented amateurs and pros there at Gloucester, and I train with Scott as well. So, because obviously Scott was an ex-heavyweight himself, he manages, but he's still really involved with the coaching side of the sport. So I'm kind of blessed to have both of them as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I do get around. I do get around, but I'm quite, as I said, I'm quite receptive of so much information. I'm quite receptive, and I'm willing to learn. So yeah, both of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Both
yeah,
of them.
absolutely.
Yeah, I do. I do loads of work with both of them.
Scott, obviously, he did briefly touch the top level. I don't know if you've ever spoke to him about that fight with Henry Akinwande.
Yeah. He's told me about it. He's
Yeah,
told me.
uh,
Yeah, and
younger viewers wouldn't remember him. Akinwande, of course,
yeah,
at that time, one of the taller, ganglier heavyweights would have been
yeah,
very
yeah,
difficult to deal with.
yeah, yeah.
I think even the great
And
Lennox Lewis struggled.
yeah, no, exactly. And to be fair, like that's like the blessing of being involved in with someone like Scott as well because of his experience and that's pretty much. I think as soon as you touch that British level, that's basically borderline worldish level. Like the door is open, the landscape is open at that point. So yeah, just to even like feed of all the information and all this kind of stuff that he's been involved in is good. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, I think in the current era, the British heavyweight champ is most likely better than most of the top 10 in the world rankings.
Yeah. No, exactly.
That's how high the level is in this country
Yeah.
right now. So,
It's that.
yeah, any idea of when you're going to be out next?
I don't like saying too much because I've had fights not go through and stuff. But it will be soon. It will be soon. Within the next, yeah, it will be soon. Yeah,
Do you think you'll,
I would definitely won't be waiting like how I waited last week or
sure.
last time, but it will be soon. Within the next couple of months, it will be
Do you
soon.
think you'll move up to 8 rounds for your next fight?
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to if it makes sense. If it makes sense. I know boxing. Boxing is one of those things like you're learning your craft, you're learning everything, but at the same time, it's a business as well, and that's what I'm getting my head around. It's a business as well. It has to make sense, and yeah, everything has to make sense.
Hmm.
And yeah, and I think, or I believe, being with Scott as well, that's what we're learning, or that's what I'm learning as well. So yeah, but definitely, I like to do 8 rounds. I've done that's my second 6 round now, and definitely, I'd like to push it up.
Yeah, as you said, the business side is so important. And what one way of getting attention is if you can get a bit of a following.
Yeah,
Midlands is banging right now, and I mean, there's a few
yeah,
rivalries. I don't know. You seem like a gentleman, but would you start
yeah.
talking and saying a few names to try and beat the drums?
Not really. I'm actually from London. I'm actually born and raised from London. Then I moved up to the Midlands. But
Okay.
as I said, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not the type to call out names. I'm not really the type to pick trouble unless someone troubles me. Then it gets reciprocated pretty much. But yeah, no, I just pretty much go on my path. I go on my path, and if it makes sense, as I know, I think I've proved that I'm willing, I'm ready to fight anyone that's undefeated or and have a prospect as well, especially so early on in my career.
Hmm.
So that I'm not shying away from it at all. But I'm definitely understanding the business side of boxing as well as the actual fighting side. Like what I've learned in the past couple of months is like getting in the ring. The actual fight is the easier bit. It's all the politics and stuff that we touched on last time. All the politics and stuff outside of the ring. That's the different type of fight.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen friends of mine who are pros. I mean, that side of it can wear a man's soul down when you get fights
yeah,
getting
yeah. But it's
cancelled
all
and
part of the game.
yeah.
It's all part of the game.
So, Simon, I've got to, of course, ask you about the heavyweight scene. As we said, there was that historic heavyweight title fight, undisputed
Yeah,
at Wembley. Obviously, you weren't watching it live because you had your own fight.
yeah. No,
Have
I
you
watched it
watched it
live. I
back?
watched it live. I
Oh,
managed to
did
catch
oh
it.
right, okay,
Yeah, I managed to catch it. I
all right,
literally after my fight, because my siblings and stuff came down, so we managed to find somewhere to watch the fight. So we caught it.
all right, Fab.
Yeah, we
So
caught
yeah, I mean, uh, Usyk is a phenomenon, isn't he?
it.
What do you make of him? I mean, I was one of the people that thought age has got to catch up with him, but he seemed to
Yeah,
look better.
yeah. I thought he was gonna win. I thought it was gonna be a late stoppage from before, but when I was watching it live, I did think Daniel started off fast.
Hmm.
I, I didn't think Usyk was slower, but I just thought Daniel started off fast, so it made me kind of think that Usyk looked a bit slower. But looking at it, when I was watching it, I thought Daniel just started off fast. But Usyk is the best for me, if I'm honest. Even when not the first knockdown, the second one, I just stood up and I clapped because like it was a really good performance.
Hmm.
It's a good performance, and especially at his age as well, it's a real good performance.
Yeah.
I think to me he's clocked the game. He's beat all the top or the ex top heavyweights twice. Like he's clocked the game for me. He's
Yeah,
clocked it.
he's mastered the sweet science, which is
Yeah,
good too.
yeah.
Have you ever sparred with Daniel?
I've sparred Daniel. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
sparred Daniel.
a lot of
Yeah,
people say he is the single hardest hitter in the
yeah.
game. Would you concur?
Uh, yeah. His jab is probably the hardest jab. Trying to think that. Yeah, it's probably the hardest jab I've received. Yeah, his jab is it's like I would say his jab is stronger than his backhand, but his backhand is still strong. But his jab is yeah, his jab is something. But yeah, Usyk is just another level. He's just
Yeah,
another level.
I mean, perfect example of how brute force is not the deciding factor at that level.
Yeah, yeah,
What do you make of this story about this pre-fight party? Apart from the fact that it was a party full of just men. I mean, don't know what kind of
yeah,
party that is, but
yeah.
yeah, wacky, right?
Yeah, it's hard because I can only speak from my perspective, and if it was me, nobody around me would even think about doing a party or anything. Especially if I'm going in a fight of that magnitude, like it's the biggest fight in the world, really, biggest fight of his career, and at that sort of level, nobody around me would think about doing something like that. And if there's anyone that even was to do something like that or anything around that, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there until after.
Hmm.
But yeah, if it is like if all the stuff we've heard is actually true, then I don't. It's something I don't agree with.
Yeah, a lot of people have speculated about the nature of
Yeah,
Daniel's relationship with his father, so that's personal
yeah,
to them, I guess. But yeah, as most pros say, it does not seem the right sort of way to prepare, as you said,
yeah,
any fight, let alone the biggest of your career. But
yeah,
I wish Daniel well. I'm sure at 27
yeah,
he'll be back.
yeah. I'm sure he
Yeah,
will be.
what do you make of the other sort of big upcoming fights at heavyweight? We've got well, the British title's up for grabs, and it's not clear who that's going to be.
Yeah,
I think they're saying it's is it Jamie, TKB, and Fraser, who are obviously not far from you in the Midlands. The
yeah,
English title's up for grabs as well, so yeah, who knows?
yeah,
Some new prospects might get an opportunity.
yeah. I would like to. I would like to. I don't know how it works. I don't know if I'm eligible to even fight for
Hmm.
the English at the moment. But yeah, no, it's one of those ones, especially British and stuff. It's made the best man win because I think it's the people. I think what's the three? Jamie, Fraser Clark, and Dave Allen. Dave Allen, and I think all three of them are capable of having a real good fight, especially for the British fans. All
Hmm.
of their styles could gel really well. Whether it's Jamie versus Fraser, Jamie versus Dave Allen, because I think Jamie's the mandatory as well. So yeah, I think it'll be really well. Hopefully soon I'll be in the mix of that as well. Because when I'm
Hmm.
seeing all these names, I'm thinking I want to be in the mix of that as well. So
Yes, indeed.
yeah, whether it's English or British, British really, I like to be in the mix of that. But yeah, timing
Absolutely.
is timing is everything.
And of course, in about a month, Moses Itoma, who many say is the most prodigious talent because he's only almost
Yeah,
20, going up against Dillian White,
didn't what? Yeah.
veteran. Yeah, how do you see that one going? And have you ever sparred with either of those two gents?
No, no, no. Actually, funny enough, I was meant to spar Moses last week, but then I got obviously for my fight. So
Hmm.
I thought maybe it's not a good idea to spar Moses before my fight,
Hmm.
just in case of any injuries or anything. But yeah, I think Dylan White is really smart. I think Dylan White is smart. I think Moses is sharp. People think, or I won't be surprised, but people think Moses will just blow out Dylan White. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think I think Moses is fighting against Dylan White's name and not the same Dylan White. But I
Hmm.
don't think it's going to be as easy as people anticipate. That's my opinion.
All right, interesting. Well,
Yeah,
it's fascinating, and it will tell us a lot more. People like Turkey Al Sheikh saying he wants Moses for Usyk
yeah,
next, which
yeah,
I think most serious guys in the sport are saying, let's put the brakes on that for a bit.
yeah. But
Yeah, I
who
mean,
knows?
Usyk, like you said, he's completed the sport. He said he
Yeah,
might have one more, probably just his last sort of payday, I guess, which makes
yeah.
sense at his age. Who do you think's going to be, or do you think there will be a dominant heavyweight in the coming years, or do you think there'll be a merry-go-round that, everyone against everyone and the
I
belts will
think
fall
yeah,
over?
I see that happening. I see it everyone against everyone because once Usyk goes, all the belts are just like scattered everywhere. So I think everyone against everyone, and I think definitely Britain will have the main heavyweight. I would think because when I'm looking at the whole landscape of everything, I'm thinking most of the top heavyweights from Britain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I saw Jake Paul enter the ring, and I don't know. I thought that was embarrassing, man. I thought it was embarrassing.
Yeah, I
The
thought it was very
fact that it's even there
disrespectful.
a fight like that, I thought it was embarrassing. But
Yeah, I think purely
entertainment in it.
bit disrespectful to the undisputed heavyweight champ.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that. I thought that, but it's entertainment, and he brings a lot of entertaining. He brings a lot of entertainment. To be fair, he brings a lot of fans that don't really know much about boxing, but they find him entertaining. They find him funny. So it's
Uh,
more viewers.
I guess, yeah, as you said, the business side of it has to
Yeah, that's it.
make
That's it.
mention of that.
Yeah,
All right, Simon. Well, it was great catching up. Yeah, like you said, great time to be a heavyweight
yeah,
professional boxer.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, just a shout out to Rich Bennett. He's my S&C coach. Literally throughout the whole, I've been out for 10 months and he's been putting on endless work, endless hours and everything. And Todd at Baker Street putting in so much work with the amateurs and the pros, loads of pros coming out from his gym. It's really good. And Scott Welch as well and Tim Piper. Yeah, definitely. All of those guys definitely put in so much work and so much support. And it's good to have, especially at this day and age and with boxing. Really good to have.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
heavyweight prospect. You're a project in your own right.
yeah,
All right, Simon Ibekwe, thanks for your time, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Hopefully, it won't be as long this time before you get out.
yeah. I know. No, it definitely won't be. Won't be.